Hello and welcome to a brief rundown of the 8 classes you're able to play in OrbusVR Reborn. Some brief notes before we start. 1. You're not limited to one class per character. You can switch between all 8 classes on one character simply by equipping the class's weapon. They all have their own independent experience bar, however. 2. OrbusVR Reborn is still being updated and balanced, so some class aspects may change over time from this video. Apologies for any potential confusion. With that out of the way, let's get started. There are 4 role groups which the 8 classes belong to. There are tanks, which are warriors and paladins, DPS, which are rangers and scoundrels, supports, which are musketeers and bards, and magical, which are runemages and shamans. Warriors are equipped with a sword and shield. The warrior can choose between a large shield, which has superior defense, and a small shield, which has superior offense. You attack by swiping the sword at enemies. Note that waggling the sword will deal minimal damage. You must perform a full arc when swinging to do maximum damage. It doesn't have to be very hard and fast, it just needs to be a full arc. That being said, the main way to deal damage as a warrior is with combos. If you swing left, right, and up in a certain sequence, you'll pull off a combo. You have 4 combos. Wound does big damage, Provoke taunts an enemy, Hamstring slows an enemy, and Cleave hits multiple enemies. Once you pull off a combo, you can do it again with a single charge slash. Simply hold your sword to your side, wait for the sound, and then swing, upon which the enemy will be hit as if you had done the full combo. The warrior's other abilities include pointing the sword at an enemy to charge at them, blocking blows from enemies using the shield, stunning enemies with a shield bash, and tooting a horn to taunt enemies nearby. Paladins are equipped with a hammer. Most all of the paladin's abilities require that he is charged with lightning, indicated by the globes on his hammer. Charging can be done by holding the hammer aloft every few seconds to call down lightning, or by taking damage from enemies. Once the hammer is charged, you can spend charge by striking the enemy. Once the charges are spent, however, you will deal minimum damage. Paladins can also throw their hammer like a boomerang, expending a charge for each enemy it hits, stunning them in the process. Additionally, the paladin can teleport to their hammer when it is mid-flight. If you have at least 3 orbs charged, striking the ground will send out a powerful shockwave, damaging all enemies nearby. Finally, the paladin has 3 spellbooks at their belt, which, when held aloft, will buff your party, heal yourself, or empower their next attack or heal. Rangers are equipped with a bow. As you would expect, you attack by stringing your bow back to let loose arrows. As long as you keep a rhythm up by shooting from a distance without missing, your damage will go up, indicated by the globes on your bow. Additionally, as you shoot the enemy, red weak points will periodically appear on them. Shooting these accurately will pop them, dealing bonus damage. Rangers can also charge their shot every few seconds, empowering it to deal more damage, pop multiple weak points at once, and place a defense debuff on the enemy. Rangers can equip 2 special arrows to their belt, which will reload over time. These arrows can have devastating effects, such as poison, fire rain, smoke, spreading, and piercing. They also have a trap, which can root enemies until they are damaged. Scoundrels are equipped with a revolver. Awesome. Apart from just shooting the gun, they can also hold down the trigger to charge up a more damaging shot. Scoundrels have the ability to curve bullets. If you hit an enemy with a curved bullet, you will deal bonus damage to them for a time. The farther away you curve the shot, the more bonus damage you will get. This is called showing off.
You're pretty good.
Scoundrels have a deck of cards they can draw from. For every card they play, their next shot will receive a bonus effect, such as poison, slow, increased damage, healing, and so on. However, instead of playing the card, you can also pocket it for later use, as well as burning it in order to empower another card. Musketeers are equipped with a musket. Duh. In addition to regular shots, the Musketeer can shove a variety of orbs into their barrel to use as special shots. The Musketeer has a large variety of orbs to choose from, and they can equip up to 4 at a time. The orbs range from offensive-orientated ones like Frost, Poison, Gravity, and Weakness, to more supportive ones like Healing, Regen, and Shielding. They also have a turret that can be placed on the battlefield. This turret can be switched between an offensive mode, which will shoot at enemies, and a defensive mode, which will heal allies. This turret can also be sacrificed. If you shoot at the turret with an orb, the orb's effect will be spread to all nearby enemies in a large radius. Bards are equipped with mallets, used to play a xylophone. To begin, the bard must assign instruments to his xylophone. They come in offensive, healing, and supportive varieties. From there, the bard must choose 3 instruments to use as their active instruments. They can change their statuses by tapping to reassign or double tapping to remove. The bard then plays their musical minigame. As they play, they will be pulsing passive benefits based on their active instruments, such as healing, defensive buffs, or even damage. As long as they keep up the rhythm, their passives will become stronger and stronger, and their instruments will become fully charged. If a fully charged instrument is struck by a mallet, it will send out a crescendo, a super powerful move. This can be something like an emergency heal or a damaging missile, depending on the instrument. Additionally, the bard also has the ability to throw their baton to more directly engage in combat. Runemages are equipped with a wand. Runemages are more complicated than other classes. They require a lot of practice, and they must travel the world to find rune pillars so that they may learn even the simplest of their spells. Once you find a rune pillar, you can record the symbol by rubbing your journal against it. Spells come in a large variety of types, damaging fire, slowing frost, poisonous darkness, shields, and even portals. To cast spells, you must draw the symbol before you as best as you can, and then submit it. If your drawing was successful, you will conjure the spell on your wand. From there, you can fire the spell off and even direct it to your target mid-flight. When drawing runes, be careful to take 3D space into account. Assuming you draw the symbol perfectly, the spell will glow when it is conjured, indicating it has increased in effectiveness. Shamans are technically equipped with a mask, but they are more accurately equipped with totems. Totems come in 2 varieties, generator totems and pulse totems. Generator totems create damaging orbs for the shaman to throw at their enemies. Fireballs deal massive damage to a single target, lightning chains damage to multiple targets, and stun. Shamans can choose to throw their orbs using a traditional baseball throwing motion, or they can point their palms toward the enemy and let go to fire them off. Pulse totems create fields that can damage and debuff nearby enemies. The lava and frost totems both damage enemies while lowering their defense or slowing them. The hex totem might not damage enemies, but it does polymorph them into harmless frogs. Thanks for watching. I hope this was informative for you. Cheers, and maybe I'll see you in OrbusVR.